Oh, Danny, go. Sorry.
There we go. There we go. Girls, we get started now.
Nice. On the floor? Yeah, he's on the floor. Yeah.
No. Danny's a girl dog. Is Danny with an eye? Yeah. Danny girl. Okay.
And watch, make me look an idiot, yeah?
Okay.
I think the dog is up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just stand somewhere where that's fine. Okay, so again, we're going to do some stretches of the wall today. That's going to be my theme, but again, like I said, anyone comes here about an area that they want to stretch out particularly, we can always go around. Yes, sir.
So I want to pick it up because my lower back is there.
We can do some lower back stuff, no worries at all. That's totally fine. Once we get the floor stuff, I'll do my lower back routine. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is just very simply, I'm going to turn to one side and see like this there. We're just going to warm up the calf. So basically, I've got my toes facing straight forward. And all I do is bend into the front knee and come back out. It's a very small stretch. Depending on your calf flexibility, how much you can bend this knee. We're just going to do 10 of those, okay? So, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to straighten that front leg. Put your hand behind your back. You either grab your hands here or interlock your fingers to get a bit of a shoulder stretch and tip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm just going to turn this way, set yourself up. So both toes facing forward, then into something here. So already coming up. 1, bend the front knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take the fingers behind the back and tip forward, keeping the back straight as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, come to the front. Toes facing forward. Again, we've done the stretch many times, but I think it's good to warm up. Wider your legs are, easier the stretch is. Narrow your feet are, harder the stretches. So start with your feet quite wide. If it becomes easy for you, you can make your feet narrower. So bend your knees and get your palms to the floor. Now the rule is that the palms must stay attached to the floor. Okay? So look up, breathe in, breathe out, and fold. And then breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And roll up slowly. So we're going to spend a bit of time now in what's called yoga squat pose or malasana. Now, the heels is just ever so slightly wider than the hips, toes going out. So we're just going to sit down, keeping the heels on the floor and stand up. Okay, so 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the last one, sit down. If you have trouble sitting in this position, grab some pads or blocks to sit on. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my arms out forward and take one arm up as high as possible. Now you won't have much movement here, but little tiny circles. Okay, 5 in one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Other hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, depending on your flexibility, you either have your palms together and bring them down, or the more difficult version, knuckles down, pushing the knees out. Okay, so palms or knuckles, 10. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this last one, this is kind of like a measurement, okay? So the idea is I'm putting my fingers splayed and I'm trying to get my head to my thumb. If that's easy, I take one of my fingers away, that's it, and I get lower, okay? So just gonna rock forward and tap your head to your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up. Okay, find a space next to a wall. I'm going to make sure that it's okay by here. So you're just going to have one hand out on the wall just for caution. What you're going to do is you're just going to make the biggest circle possible with your arm, all the way to the back, and then all the way around. But my thumb, if you've got to watch my thumb, it's coming up, 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 around, and then turns down, and then. So bring it up as far as it will go. When it can't go any further, rotate the thumb and bring it back. Same way on the way back. Bring the thumb here as far as it will go, and then internally rotate the thumb and down. Okay, 3 more. Brilliant. Change sides. So thumb, internal, lift it up, turn it round, so it go down. Up as high as it go. When it can't go any further, turn the thumb. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so size. Now, this is a hard move to explain, so I'll come off the wall first so you can see me. I'm going to bring my leg up as high as it will come, like in the pigeon position. And I'm going to take it out to the side and externally go like a roundhouse. Take it round behind me. And it's going to come all the way around. So it's like what you did with your arm, but now with your foot. And we're going to have our hands on the wall to keep us balanced. So the foot is up, kind of like the preparation for a diagonal kick. It turns to a roundhouse and comes all the way back like a weird back kick. And then comes all the way around and back. So that's 1. We'll just do 3 of these because they're quite awkward. One more time. Exercise. So up like a diagonal, out to the side, turns like a roundhouse, and then comes back like a weird back foot. Right to the side, around. It's one. Right to the side, go on your own pace. One more time. Okay, now we're going to do the warrior two pose using the leg. So put your one foot against the wall and the other foot out straight. Make sure they're in line. Okay, and the back foot, the heel is touching the wall, but the toes are in slightly. Okay, so put your hand on the wall. Again, you guys got the benefit, you can go higher up on the wall. I can't really do that. Okay, what we're going to do now is push into the wall. And then come back up, but always your arm pushing the wall, so you get a nice little chest stretch here as well. Just going to do 5 of those. 2, 3, each time you go down, go a little bit lower. 4, and the last one, 5. Push out, and over. And see if your shoulders are a little more open, pushing against the wall. Come back up to warrior 2. Turn the hand, reverse warrior. Straighten the leg. Up now. Tip for triangle pose. Look forward, look forward, look forward. Either hand on your leg, or fingertips to the floor, or knuckles to the floor, palms to the floor. Come up and switch sides. So, other foot against the wall, make sure they're in line. Align them, put your hands on the wall, push your arm into the wall as you bend into the front knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you're at the lowest, tip on the arm, come over. You reach and stretch, push into the wall, push into the floor, and then come up. Reverse warrior. In the top hand, just kind of reach for the wall, over your shoulder. That's it. Good. And straighten the front leg. Tip forward and triangle pose. And twist, look up the hand, push into the wall, push into the floor. Okay, so relax here. I'm going to show you the stretch first. If you want to grab a shield or a pad to go underneath your knee, sometimes this stretch can be quite harrowing on people's knees, and it's not supposed to be, okay? So what you can do to show you the setup is you can put a pad there, and a pad here, so put your knee here against the wall, okay? If you're okay putting your chin up against the wall, that's fine, but I'll just show you the variation, okay? So all you're going to do, I'm fine without using it, get your knee close to the wall, come up in this position here. So when you're right against the wall, and put the other leg forward, Evan. No, you're correct. But try and get that shin right against the wall. It's tough, right? That's it, it's okay. So that's where the shield can go.
Do you want to
okay. So, okay. So, okay, no worries. So, the first one is put your hands forward. And what we're going to do is we're just going to push our foot into the wall for 5 seconds, okay? So push that foot in the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now try and pick your toes off the wall for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that was difficult for you, stay there. Round number 2, you're going to come up and upright yourself. Now, push your foot into the wall again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really tough now. You won't be able to lift your toes. Well, I can't lift my toes off the wall. But imagine trying to pull your toes off the wall now. Okay? Ready? Pull them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last variation is trying to push your back against the wall. Oh, that's tough. And then push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won't be able to lift it off the wall, but just have that feeling in your head. 2, 4, 5. Now, take your hands forward and we'll do the same thing, but each time we're going to walk our hands a bit further forward. Okay? So, again, we're going to push your leg into the wall for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, lift the toes off the wall for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there, or if that's okay, walk the hands forward a bit. Now, push your leg against the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then lift your foot off the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Walking my hands all the way forward now. Push your leg into the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can, lift it off the wall. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and switch. Yeah, grab that. I did say do they cramp up so?
He's getting a cramp in his calf.
Yeah, no, that's very common. If you get a cramp so you got to back off from it, okay?
Yeah.
Because it is a bit intense.
My hips never felt that sensation before.
Oh, that's okay, it's okay. So we're down here on the floor. Push again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try and lift yourself up if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you won't be able to lift off. You just get that sensation of lifting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one is like pushing my back right to the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won't be able to lift it off, but that's the idea. Just one toe off the wall. 4, 5. Now take my hands forward. Maybe take the foot a little bit further forward. Okay, and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lift off the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk the hands forward. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. All the way forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, guys. Maximum quad stretch using the wall. So, Evan, I got this little lower back routine. Okay. I've done it many times, but it's like it's a theme. What I would say to you, Evan, if you have trouble sitting up straight, sit on a shield or a block. Okay, so I have a shield. I come back in, guys, and move the room. So again, and I'll show you this routine from the side. Yeah, we've done it multiple times. For me, if my lower back is sore, is how I feel before doing this and how I feel afterwards. So again, if it feels good for me, again, please feel free to modify it. And basically, everything goes in 3 levels. So if level 1 is difficult for you, stay with level 1. Okay. So the number 1 thing to do is to sit up so tall that you can sit, grab your feet, and get your shins to your chest. Okay. So instead of trying to reach for our hamstrings down, we're rolling our spine over. So we're going to do these 3 breaths. So I'm just holding on to my toes here, breathing in, breathing out, and folding. Now, if that feels easy for me to put my chest on my legs, I just shuffle, slide my heels a little bit further forward, but not to pain. Okay? And breathe in, lengthen, so nice and tall. Breathe out, fold. And again, if there's no tension at all, no stretch, Just let the heel slide forward a bit. And one more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, good. And then sit back. So we're going to put the heels close to the leg. If you have got a yoga block or a pad, my advice is to squeeze that block or yoga block together. Okay, and this will get the feeling of keeping your knees in. Okay, so you're going to raise up for bridge. You're going to raise up 10 times, and then we're going to hold at the top for 10. Okay, so lifting up. What I like to do is take my arms and try and clap them together underneath my bridge, and then lower. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And hold at the top for 10. Sorry, forgot. Okay, little bonus round if that's going well. If you lift one leg up, don't let your hips wobble up. And switch legs. One of the hips wobble. And then slowly, slowly lower. Again, if you've got neck problems, I wouldn't recommend the stretch, but for me, it feels great to round the spine up. All I'm going to do is put my hands underneath my hips and let my knees drop to my ears. And again, you forward press when you can. But again, you're just rounding out that lower spine. Now you can stay there, but you can do little lifts like you were doing a leg press exercise. So just do 10 of these, but these are optional. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And slowly, slowly roll up a bit, feeling every vertebrae. So that was level 1 of the drill. So when I do the later exercises, please feel free to do that again. So this time, instead of grabbing my toes, I'm going to grab onto the sides of my legs. I'm going to kind of remember where I was at the end of the last session. So I'm going to go to slightly. Like I'm slightly feeling stretched now, okay? So we're going to do the 3 breaths again. Breathe in, breathe out, and push, and I'm trying to straighten my legs. There's a little bit of tension. I can feel it in my back and my hamstrings, and possibly my calves as well. So breathe in again. As tall as you can, almost come off your tops of your thighs and then fold in. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And come up. Now, where you have your fingers is totally up to you. You have your fingers back, to the side, or forward. I prefer to have my fingers back. Same thing now, this is tabletop position. So I'm lifting up here, and I'm trying to get my hips in line with my knees and my shoulders. So this is a great chest and shoulder stretch as well. Now we're going to lift up to 10 and hold it there for 10 at the end, okay? Ready. 1. 2. 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold that lift to 10. Bonus round, you can hold one leg up without your hips twisting. Change legs. Okay, and come back. Now, if the last stretch we folded over was a lot for you, stay there. Otherwise, now as you roll back, try and have your legs straight, like a full plow pose. Now, feel free to stay there, but now I'm going to do straight leg lift, like a reverse leg raise, okay? And again, 10, big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then slowly, slowly, slowly roll back down, feeling every vertebrae in your back as you fall forward. Last one on the drill, level 3. I'm going to hold on to my heels now. Again, I'm going to try and remember where I was at the end of level 2. Near enough, okay? And again, I'm going to do 3 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Come on. Okay, now this last one, we forgot about that, I wouldn't recommend it, okay? But for those of you now trying to strengthen your back, you can go to what's called wheel pose. Now, I wouldn't recommend going straight to the wheel pose because it does put a lot of pressure on your back. But what you can start doing is engaging these muscles in your back that unless you do wheel pose, I find you don't even know the muscles are there. So watch me first. The initial way to practice it is just like the bridge pose, but to turn your fingers in and keep your elbows in. Your elbows will want to do this, they'll want to splay out, but keep them here. So as you lift into your bridge, just try keeping your palms flat on the floor. That's level 1. If that's okay for you, you feel like no pain in your lower back, then what you start to do is push into your hands. So your shoulders then come off the floor. That's the next stage. If that's fine for you and there's absolutely no pain at all, then you can do this. You can come up and come onto your head and back down, okay? And then obviously, if you're okay, you can do the full wheel pose. We're just gonna do 5. Do what you can, and obviously feel free to do one of the previous levels we've done because this is very advanced. But for me, it's a real measurement of is your back becoming stronger and more flexible. For example, I couldn't do this 7 years ago. I just couldn't do it, okay? So lift up and go where you feel comfortable. Raise up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. Wherever you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Now, this one, only try if you could get your feet to the floor on the plow. So if you couldn't get your toes to the floor on the plow, don't do this one. But what I like to do from here, you just watch. I get my toes to the floor, put my grip on the inside of my legs, and then take my legs out as wide as they'll go, like an upside down straddle. So it's pretty weird, okay? But again, it's just a nice little variation of the plow. Okay, so either go to plow like the one we did before, or start walking your feet out, and it's only as far as your feet can go out while your toes stay connected to the floor. That's the rule I give myself, okay? So roll over, hold it there, or start to walk the toes out. And hold the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And slowly roll out. How's the back feel now, Evan? Good? Okay. So for conditioning now, there's some, that's like my back stretch work. I think that one works for me. It's a nice little 3-set one, and again, slowly builds, you can kind of see the progress in it. These ones now are back core exercises. Okay, so I'll go in levels. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lie on the front. Make sure you can see me. If you can't see me, I'll just shout out louder. Okay, so we're going to lie on the front, and we're going to do. I think we'll do like 3 levels. Okay, so this is level 1. Now our hands here. Now it's up to you if you just want to lift your hands or your hands and your legs at the same time. Wherever you are, we're just going to lift up and back down 10 times. Okay. So either lifting the hands or the hands on the leg. Nice and control. Don't swing, like don't use momentum, okay? Try to control the movement. Okay? So lifting, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold it with the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and reach through your fingers, through your toes, and down. Now, to counteract that, we're going to go back and do a child's pose. So, knees together, sit on your heels, walk your palms forward. Now, walk your hands over to the right. Walk your hands over to the left. Okay, now, what we're basically going to do now is we're going to do some swimming, okay? So your hands are going to be forward. They're going to go out to a cactus. They're going to go behind you. Now, this is the tricky bit. You're going to shoot your arms through the middle. Now, you might not have the back flexibility to do that. So if you can't do that, just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So again, if I show you from the front, maybe you can see. So I've got my arms up here. I take them to the side. I take them behind. And then I come through the middle. That bit where you come through the middle, again, you're going to feel a sensation in your back that basically you just don't feel unless you do this exercise. And if it's too much for you, just bring your arms around the side. Again, we're going to try for 10, but you do as many as you can. Okay? Ready? Lifting and cactus. Behind and to the top. And 2. Cactus. Behind, through. 3. Go at your own pace, don't have to keep up with me. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And last one. 10. Well done. Now, I'm just going to give you some variation of your child's pose. So here's another variation. Instead of just going back on the flat of my feet, I curl my toes. Now curl your toes and now go forward. Push your hands into the floor. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so now I'm going to go forward. You're going to do the same sort of stretch with your, as you have your arms forward. Now, arms are back, and you're going to bend your knees. You can either reach for your knees for boat pose or just hold the position. So if I show you first, so you can either be here, just like this, or grabbing on your legs and pulling up. Okay, so this is a quick one, but boat pose is a very good one to get your back stretched. Okay, so lift up, grab on the ankles, or just hold them there and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. And then this child's pose is a wide knee child's pose. So now take your toes together, take your knees out as wide as possible, and sit down. Okay, we'll change it up slightly. Now what you need is either a shield like Evan's got, or a pad, or even two, grab 2 pads or 2 yoga blocks, okay? Let's have a go at this one. So yeah, two pads will do. Okay. So, yeah. That's it. Now, the reason why the yoga block is superior is because you can change the level on it, okay? With the pads, guys, you're going to get a bit creative, okay? So you might have to stack the pads or something else. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to put the block or pad in the middle of my back. You're going to bend your knees and just fold over it. Now, start off with the block underneath your head. If you feel 0 pain whatsoever, you can take the block away and just lie down. Okay, so there's this variation, and again, this might be quite uncomfortable for you. So you just need to breathe and relax. If it's not uncomfortable for you, you can interlock your arms and take them over your head. Now, variation. If that's okay for you, take the block away and lie all the way to the floor. I'm already doing that. I thought it was on the pad. Sorry. Where's the floor? Okay, level 2. People with pads need to get creative. So the great thing about the yoga block is I can change the level of it. Put the pad in the right place. Watch me first. So I've got my block here. Put it on here. There's my head. So there you go. Okay, people with pads might need to get a bit creative. But again, it's a great exercise to see if you're improving. So you can either stay here or interlock your arms and take them over your head. Only if it's feeling all right for you. Unlock the weight and lay down. Okay, come on. Now, it's a little variation for the bridge. Again, for people with pads, you can put 2 pads underneath your sit bone on the back. Okay, so watch me first. It's a variation of the bridge. We're going to take 1 leg forward, stretch it out, and then 2 legs forward. Okay, so that's the balance. Okay, it's a very simple stretch. You'll stretch out your plexus here. Okay, so legs in. Walk 1 leg up first, and the other. Now, you might not feel comfortable balancing, but you lift 1 knee up. Hold, and feel the 1 straight leg, push it to the floor, engaging the hip flexor. And put it down, and then lift up the other leg, Nice and slow. Now, only have the balance. Lift both knees up. That's it. Wonderful, wonderful. And straighten both legs. Now here's the tricky bit. You're going to try and lower one leg all into the floor straight without losing the balance. Pick it up. Nice and slow. And drop the other leg down. Really slow. Slow as you can. And drop both legs down. And then lift up the hips, move the butt. Let's just do a couple of stretches on the back. Okay. So, these are my classic back stretches that do before you go to sleep. So take your feet wide of your hips and drop your knees in. So it's a very relaxing position for your back. It's not putting any stress on. And you stay there and you drop the legs as wide as they'll go. So just drop in and out, nice and quick, 10 times at your own pace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now drop the legs. I like to take my hands out in the cactus. You can take your arms up straight as well. Just drop the legs over to one side and the other side. Classic ring spring like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hold the position. Take the bottom foot and drop it over your top knee. Switch, go to the other side. Drop over. Take one look over the other shoulder. Okay, next one. Cross one knee over the other. So for example, I'm going to right knee over my left. Push the hips over to the right and let them fall over to the left. Up, switch. And then bring both feet up. Either grab the ankles inside the feet or outside the feet for happy baby. And just rock on that back now. Do a nice massage. While it gives you this position, straighten one leg, bend the other. And you might want to bring them in for the climb butterfly. Again, rock a bit side to side. And then slowly, slowly roll up to seated. And just sit tall, just 3 conscious breaths. There you go, guys. Good class. Hold on. Most of them.
Thank you.
No worries, ladies.